the situation, I have to say it's a little disconcerting to see the Democrat-led Senate focusing on things like reducing free speech protections for the American people, at a time when the rest of the country is worried about the threat of ISIL, at a time when millions wonder how they're ever going to find a job in this awful economy, at a time when we find out that crushing federal regulations have gotten so out of control that they now cost the economy more than $2 trillion a year. This is what they choose to make their top legislative priority this week, taking an eraser to the First Amendment. And now they plan to devote almost all the remaining time between now and November to what Democrats like to call messaging bills. These are bills designed intentionally to fail so that Democrats can make campaign ads about them failing. Yesterday, Roll Call got a hold of an email from a Democratic aide who let the truth slip without meaning to. His email said that Senate Democrats plan to either, quote, slam Republicans, end quote, for blocking the latest designed-to-fail bill, or slam Republicans for voting to go ahead and debate the bill. How cynical can that be? The email just confirmed what everybody already knew, that Senate Democrats have zero intention of passing the bill before us today. Passage of the bill would represent failure for them. All they want is fodder for campaign commercials. That's why they refuse to address the growing crisis at home and abroad, and that's why they obstruct nearly every good bipartisan bill from the House of Representatives. They even bury bipartisan bills that would help create jobs and help struggling middle-class families. It's long past time for the Democrats to get serious. We were elected to get serious things done for the Americans who sent us here. We need to let the Senate start doing that kind of thing. A good start would be to take up the dozens, literally dozens, of bipartisan jobs bill the House of Representatives has already sent us. Let's send those to the President's desk ASAP. Let's help make it easier to put the American people back to work. And let's take up other common sense legislation, like a bipartisan bill that just passed the House on Tuesday with the votes of dozens of Democrats. The bill, which is similar to legislation I've co-sponsored, would stop the administration from implementing a so-called Waters of the U.S. proposal that would allow it to regulate and fine almost every pothole and ditch in the country. Passing this bill is critical to protecting the property rights of every American, especially farmers. One Kentucky farmer from Shelby County just wrote me the other day to explain how the administration's heavy-handed regulation would affect him. He lamented that the White House clearly wants me to spend more time figuring out additional permitting requirements and less time growing food for American families. So let's work together to fix this problem, along with the many other serious challenges facing our country. Let's address the threat of ISIL together. Let's pass serious jobs bills together. And let's take Senate Democrats' focus off saving the jobs of Democratic politicians and start focusing on the needs of the American people instead.